There is something deeply unsettling about waking up in the middle of the night, walking through a dark room, and suddenly realizing a bird is staring directly at your window, not moving, not making a sound, just watching. Most people assume it's random, a coincidence. But the disturbing part is how often it happens. Different countries, different species, different people who have never met each other, all describing the exact same moment. A silent bird outside the glass at night. Sometimes it taps the window softly. Sometimes it stays completely still, its eyes locked forward as if it's waiting for something. The atmosphere changes instantly. The room feels colder, quieter, heavier. What makes this so strange is the fact that birds usually avoid humans after dark. In nature, nighttime is dangerous. Most species hide themselves away until sunrise. Silence keeps them alive. So why would a bird willingly approach a glowing human window in complete darkness? Science offers a few explanations. Artificial lights can confuse migration patterns. Reflections on glass can distort direction. Bright rooms may appear unnatural against the darkness outside. But people who experience these encounters often describe something harder to explain. A feeling that the bird is not simply lost, but aware, almost intentional. Once you begin searching for stories about this phenomenon, the pattern becomes impossible to ignore. People describe birds appearing during moments of grief, anxiety, loneliness, or major life transitions. Some say it happened the night before terrible news arrived. Others remember it during periods when their lives were quietly falling apart. Ancient cultures noticed these encounters too. Long before modern cities existed, birds at windows were seen as omens, warnings, or messengers connected to unseen forces moving through the night. Whether those beliefs were superstition or not, humans have always felt there was something unnatural about a bird staring through glass after midnight. Part of that fear comes from one undeniable fact. Birds sense things humans cannot. They detect storms long before clouds appear. They react to tiny atmospheric changes invisible to people. Some species hear frequencies far beyond human perception. Others navigate across entire continents without maps, roads, or landmarks. Guided by forces scientists still struggle to fully understand. Their instincts are ancient, precise, almost mechanical in their accuracy. That is why these encounters feel so disturbing on a subconscious level. Deep down, humans know animals experience the world differently than we do, more directly, more instinctively, less distracted. A bird staring through your window at night triggers something primal inside the human brain because it forces a terrifying question into your mind. What if it notices something you don't? The silence surrounding the encounter only amplifies that feeling. Darkness removes distractions. Every small movement suddenly feels important. Every sound feels amplified. Then you notice the eyes outside the glass, unmoving, reflecting light back into the room. Psychologists discovered that prolonged eye contact instantly activates alert systems in the human brain. Thousands of years ago, silent observation often meant danger. Predators watched before attacking. Humans evolved to fear being watched in silence. That instinct still exists today, which explains why these moments feel so unnerving even when logic tells you there is probably a normal explanation. Your conscious mind tries to stay calm. Your instincts do not. What makes this even stranger is the intelligence of certain birds. Ravens can remember human faces for years. Crows communicate threats socially and teach younger birds who to avoid. Some species solve puzzles, use tools, and adapt to environments with shocking speed. Scientists have repeatedly underestimated how intelligent birds truly are. Experiments revealed that some birds recognize routines, patterns, emotions, and even specific individuals. That realization changes the entire feeling of these encounters. Suddenly, the situation no longer feels random. The discomfort comes from the possibility that the bird is not merely staring at a window. It may actually recognize the person inside. Many people who experience repeated visits describe the same unsettling detail. The bird does not seem interested in the room itself. It appears focused on them specifically, watching, waiting, returning night after night to the exact same place. Ravens, owls, blackbirds, crows, species humans have associated with mystery for centuries. Ancient civilizations feared certain birds because they appeared too aware, too observant, too comfortable with darkness. Even today, owls remain deeply connected to symbols of death, secrets, and hidden knowledge in cultures around the world. Science dismisses most of these beliefs as mythology, yet myths survive because they attach themselves to experiences humans continue having generation after generation. People may stop believing old stories, but the feeling never fully disappears. There is also a darker, modern explanation. Artificial light has transformed the natural world in ways humans barely understand. Cities now glow endlessly through the night, confusing migration systems animals relied on for thousands of years. Birds evolved beneath moonlight and stars. Now they navigate through screens, streetlights, glowing towers, and reflections covering entire cities. To a bird flying through darkness, an illuminated human window may appear almost unnatural, like an opening in reality itself. Reflections in glass create visual distortions that trap animals in cycles of confusion. Some experts believe birds become disoriented and repeatedly return to certain windows because they mistake reflections for depth or movement. Yet even when science explains the behavior, the emotional reaction remains unchanged, because the experience itself feels deeply unnatural to the human mind. A silent creature appearing at your window in the middle of the night activates ancient fears modern life never erased. Perhaps that is why these stories spread so powerfully online. They awaken something people have forgotten: the unsettling realization that humans are still connected to nature, whether they acknowledge it or not. Modern society trains people to ignore instinct, ignore silence, ignore the strange feeling that the natural world is constantly reacting to things beyond human awareness. But moments like these break that illusion instantly. A bird appears outside the glass while the entire world sleeps, and suddenly the barrier between humanity and nature feels dangerously thin. Maybe the bird is confused by light. Maybe it sees its own reflection. Maybe everything has a perfectly rational explanation, but that does not erase the feeling these encounters leave behind. Because for one brief moment, a creature shaped by millions of years of instinct stands silently outside a human home, staring inward from the darkness. No words, no sound, just observation. Two completely different worlds facing each other through a sheet of glass. Humans sitting inside artificial light, surrounded by noise, screens, and distractions. A bird standing outside in silence, guided by instincts older than civilization itself. Perhaps that is the reason these moments feel so haunting. They remind us that the night still belongs to something ancient, something humans no longer fully understand. Long before cities existed, before electricity, before modern life drowned the world in constant noise, living creatures survived by trusting instinct alone. Birds still carry those instincts. Humans mostly abandoned them. So when a bird stares into your window at night, motionless beneath the darkness, it doesn't merely feel like an animal wandering too close. It feels like nature itself briefly stopping to look back at you.